Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three, will dip inside and lay it in. There are...
Caitlin Clark isn't just a Fever player, she's a WNBA earthquake. Forget slowly building. ESPN says Indiana dominated the free agency, adding champions Bonner and Howard. Can Clark, Boston and a revamped roster dethrone Vegas and build a dynasty? The Fever is reloaded and it's showtime. Caitlin Clark's entry into the WNBA has been revolutionary for the Indiana Fever. Once considered an afterthought in the league, the Fever are now generating significant buzz and excitement, largely thanks to Clark's incredible talent and charisma. Drafted as the #1 overall pick in 2024, Clark has not only brought her exceptional skills to the court, but has also become a beacon of hope for fans and aspiring athletes alike. Before Clark, the Fever were struggling to find their identity in a competitive league. They often found themselves at the bottom of the standings, overshadowed by more successful franchises. But now, they are centre stage. The excitement surrounding Caitlin has transformed the Fever into one of the most talked about teams in the league. We're talking sold-out arenas, record-breaking merchandise sales, and enthusiasm that hasn't been seen in Indiana for years. This isn't just about a single player, it's about an entire franchise undergoing a complete transformation. The Caitlin Clark effect is palpable across the league. During her rookie season, games featuring the Fever averaged an impressive 16,084 fans compared to just 8,552 for non-Fever games, an astounding 88% difference. This surge in interest reflects a broader trend where Caitlin's presence has made women's basketball more appealing to a wider audience. But it's not just hype. Clark brings an electrifying skill set that captivates fans and commands the attention of opposing teams. She's not just a scorer, she's a playmaker and a leader on and off the court. Her ability to create opportunities for her teammates while also being a scoring threat makes her one of the most dynamic players in the league today. Now let's talk about something that sent shockwaves through the basketball community. ESPN declaring that the Indiana Fever are the winners of free agency. But what does that mean? Is it just media hype, or is there serious substance behind it? It's the latter. Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe for all the updates you need about the WNBA world. Let's continue.
Take a look here at a career first.
It's a step back, going right, I may add. It's usually step back, going left.
This declaration isn't merely about ESPN throwing around labels. It reflects how strategic moves during the off-season can reshape a team's future. The Fever didn't just throw money around, they identified specific needs and filled them with players who fit their culture and playing style perfectly. Being recognised as the winner of free agency is huge for several reasons. First, it validates the Fever's vision for their future. It shows that they're not just building around Caitlin Clark, they're constructing a team capable of competing for championships. This recognition also sends a message to other teams in the league. The Fever are serious contenders and they're here to stay. Moreover, this kind of acknowledgement can boost team morale significantly. Players want to be part of winning organisations, and being labelled as winners by ESPN enhances that perception. It creates an environment where players feel motivated and excited about contributing to something special. Let's dive into some specifics regarding key acquisitions that have bolstered this transformation. Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner. These aren't just role players. They are veteran champions who bring invaluable experience and leadership to this young team. Natasha Howard is known as a defensive powerhouse with a championship pedigree. Having won titles with multiple teams, she knows what it takes to compete at the highest level. Her ability to defend multiple positions while contributing offensively makes her an essential asset for any team looking to contend. On the other hand, DeWanna Bonner is a versatile scorer who can create her shot from anywhere on the court. Her experience in high-pressure situations will be crucial for guiding younger players like Caitlin Clark through challenging moments during games. The addition of these two players brings a new dimension to the Fever. Not only do they elevate the overall talent level on the roster, but they also provide mentorship for Caitlin and other younger players who may be navigating their first seasons in professional basketball. What's particularly exciting is how Howard and Bonner will complement Clark's style of play. With Howard's defensive prowess anchoring the team and Bonner's scoring ability stretching defenses, this trio could become one of the most formidable combinations in women's basketball. While new additions are exciting, let's not overlook how important it is to retain existing talent. Keeping core players like Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell is crucial for long-term success. These three have already developed strong chemistry on the court, a chemistry that will be vital as they embark on this new chapter together. Caitlin Clark brings unmatched scoring ability combined with elite playmaking skills. Aaliyah Boston is a dominant post player who excels at scoring, rebounding, and defending. Kelsey Mitchell adds dynamic scoring from outside and can light it up from deep. Together, these three players create an incredibly balanced offensive attack that will keep opposing defenses guessing. Clark's playmaking opens up opportunities for Boston inside while allowing Mitchell space on the perimeter to shoot from long range. This synergy among them will be pivotal as they look to establish themselves as one of the top teams in the league. Retaining this core group ensures continuity as they build upon their previous season's experiences together. As these players continue developing their skills alongside each other, they have all the potential needed to become one of WNBA's most dominant trios. Now let's address another important topic: Caitlin Clark's influence on recruitment efforts for new talent joining Indiana Fever. There was some chatter suggesting that players might hesitate or even avoid joining forces with her due to concerns over ball dominance or spotlight sharing. That narrative is completely unfounded.
Or just close more quickly.
Clark zips it in fact, Benley finishes. What a dart.
In reality, Caitlin's presence has made Indiana Fever more attractive than ever before. Players want to align themselves with generational talents like her because they see opportunities not just for individual growth but also for collective success through teamwork. The eagerness shown by veterans like Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner speaks volumes about Caitlin's impact within this organization. These are seasoned athletes who could have chosen any team but opted instead for Indiana because they believe wholeheartedly in its potential under Clark's leadership. Furthermore, Caitlin inspires teammates around her every single day through sheer determination coupled with a relentless work ethic, qualities that motivate others toward excellence. Her passion resonates deeply throughout locker rooms, creating camaraderie among teammates eager to support each other on and off court. Alright, let's talk about something tangible that screams commitment from the organization: that brand spanking new, state-of-the-art training facility. This isn't just a coat of paint and a new treadmill. This is a ground-up, top-to-bottom investment that will put the Fever on par with some of the best professional sports teams out there, period. We're talking top-of-the-line equipment, recovery technology that sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, and dedicated spaces for everything from strength and conditioning to mental wellness. This isn't just about getting bigger and faster, it's about holistic athlete development. Think about it. When a player knows that their team is investing in their well-being, physically and mentally, it creates a completely different level of buy-in. It says, we value you, we want you to succeed, and we're giving you every tool possible to get there. And let's be real, these facilities are a huge draw for free agents. When players are weighing their options, they're looking at more than just the money. They want to be in an environment where they can thrive, where they have access to the best resources, and where they feel supported. This new training facility puts the Fever squarely in that conversation. This facility isn't just a building, it's a statement. It demonstrates a deep-seated commitment to player development, not just for today, but for years to come. By providing top-notch equipment, recovery tools that are the envy of the league, and comprehensive support services, the Fever are investing in their players' long-term success, leading to improved performance, fewer injuries, and an overall better experience. Now, as exciting as the flashy new facility is, remember that all the fancy equipment can't replace good old-fashioned team chemistry. As every basketball fan knows, a group of talented individuals doesn't always equal a winning team. You need players who gel, who understand their roles, and who are willing to sacrifice for the greater good. The Fever's chemistry steadily improved throughout the past season, especially after a start that was, well, let's just say it wasn't ideal. It took time for the players to learn each other's tendencies, build trust, and develop a cohesive playing style. You could see them starting to anticipate each other's moves, making that extra pass, and celebrating each other's successes. A major factor in this transformation was the influence of coach Sides. Since taking the helm, Coach Sides has made establishing a system and culture a clear priority, worked tirelessly to communicate expectations, and created a more positive and collaborative environment where players are empowered to take ownership of their performance. You could see players embracing the system and building trust. The result was the team came together at the right time of the season. Building team chemistry is an ongoing journey, but the Fever took significant strides last year. Now, with a full off-season to build upon that foundation, you can expect even greater cohesion and synergy on the court, rather than being viewed negatively by potential recruits or teammates like Caitlin Clark is seen as an asset leading Indiana Fever into uncharted waters filled with promise. Alright, let's get real. Are Indiana Fever truly ready to compete for a championship? We've seen the hype, we've analysed the moves, but can they go toe-to-toe with the WNBA's best? The good news is all signs point to yes. After a long playoff drought, the Fever turned things around last season, building incredible momentum. That, plus the savvy acquisitions they made in the off-season, really positions them to be serious contenders, potentially making a deep run this year. The team is heading into the upcoming season with one goal: winning and winning now. They've constructed a roster designed to capitalise on the incredible talent of Clark and Boston while they're still on their rookie contracts, giving them a competitive financial edge. However, it's important to stay grounded. While this team could crack the top 4, they're likely sitting at the number 4 spot, behind those established powerhouses who've been at the top for a while. Those teams have the experience, the championships, and those MVP caliber players who know how to win. The projected starting lineup is a force to be reckoned with. It's a very strong 5, but the key to success is depth, consistency, and the ability to maintain that level of play throughout a grueling season. One of the biggest areas for improvement is defense. The Fever was a scoring machine last season but struggled to stop opponents on the other end of the court. The acquisition of a former Defensive Player of the Year is designed to shore up that weakness. However, it will take time for the system to come together and for everyone to buy in on that end of the floor. Ultimately, this is the Fever's championship window, while Clark and Boston are playing on those valuable rookie contracts. While a title this year might be a tough ask, a strong playoff performance would set them up perfectly for the years to come. What amplifies the excitement surrounding this team is Caitlin Clark's unwavering belief. She's all in on what the Fever is building, and that kind of commitment is contagious. You can see her enthusiasm in the way she speaks, and it's clear that she's not just focused on personal accolades. Her priority is building a winning culture in Indiana, a team that's both talented and tightly knit. Her main focus is getting to the gym, working with her teammates, and putting all the pieces together. She wants to experiment with different lineups and strategies, figuring out what works best and what doesn't. That kind of mindset is invaluable. It demonstrates that Clark is here for the long haul and that she's willing to do whatever it takes to make the Fever a success. Her belief in the vision makes it easier for everyone else to buy in, creating a stronger sense of unity and purpose within the team. Okay, let's have a little fun and gaze into the crystal ball. Could the Indiana Fever be building something so special, so dominant, that we might even be talking about a potential WNBA dynasty? While it's still early to start making those pronouncements, the foundational elements for long-term success are in place. With Clark and Boston as the cornerstones, the Fever have a young and dynamic duo that can lead the league for years. They also surround that duo with proven veterans who bring experience, leadership, and a skill set designed to complement what the young stars already bring to the table. Of course, building a dynasty is never guaranteed. It requires a sustained level of excellence over an extended period, and that's a monumental challenge in any sport. Injuries, free agency decisions, and the ever-changing landscape of the league can all wrench into even the best-laid plans. One factor that makes things particularly interesting right now is that the league is in flux, with many players signing short-term deals. This means the entire WNBA could look dramatically different in the next couple of years, creating opportunities and challenges for the Fever. Even with these uncertainties, the future looks incredibly bright in Indiana. With Caitlin Clark leading the charge, the Fever has the potential to become one of the most exciting and competitive teams in the WNBA for a long time to come. Whether that translates into a full-blown dynasty remains to be seen, but the journey promises to be an unforgettable one. Are they ready to contend for the championship? And which new player do you think will have the biggest impact? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoy this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more WNBA updates. Thanks for watching.